Sometimes in sports, you don't just watch a game, you witness a moment that reminds you why legends are legends. And that's exactly what happened when Stephen Curry and Draymond Green turned back the clock and delivered a vintage performance to keep the Golden State Warriors season alive in dramatic fashion. Coming into this play-in showdown, the odds were stacked against Golden State. They were underdogs, dealing with injuries, and facing a strong LA Clippers squad. At one point, things looked completely out of control. The Warriors fell behind early, trailing 12-2, and later found themselves down by as many as 13 points with less than 10 minutes remaining. For most teams, that's where the story ends. But this team, this core, has built a legacy on doing the impossible. And at the center of it all was Stephen Curry. After missing 27 consecutive games due to a serious knee issue, Curry's return alone was already a storyline. There were even moments where he considered shutting down his season completely, but instead he came back, not just to play, but to compete when it mattered most. And on this night, he reminded the entire basketball world exactly who he is. Curry finished the game with 35 points, but the number doesn't even tell the full story. It's when those points came that made all the difference. With just under 10 minutes left in the game, Curry re-entered and completely flipped the momentum. He scored 11 points in the final 9 minutes, including a deep, clutch three-pointer in the final minute that gave the Warriors the lead. It wasn't just a shot, it was a statement. But this wasn't just a one-man show. While Curry handled the offense, Draymond Green took over defensively in a way that only he can. At 36 years old, many people have questioned whether Green has lost a step, but on this night, he answered those critics in the loudest way possible. He completely shut down Kawhi Leonard in the fourth quarter, one of the most efficient scorers in the league. Leonard, who finished with 21 points, barely got opportunities down the stretch. In fact, when guarded by Green in the final minutes, he didn't even attempt a shot. That's not just defense, that's dominance. And then came the game-defining sequence. After Curry's clutch three-pointer put the Warriors ahead, Green took over. He denied Leonard on an inbound pass, forced a turnover, and then followed it up by disrupting another play that led to an and-one fast-break basket. Moments later, he stripped Leonard again, diving on the floor for the loose ball and essentially sealing the game. This was classic Warriors basketball. Offense led by Curry's brilliance, defense anchored by Green's intensity. What makes this win even more special is everything the Warriors have been through this season. They lost key players like Jimmy Butler III and Moses Moody to season-ending injuries. During Curry's absence, the team struggled badly, going 9-18 and slipping down to the 10th seed. At that point, most people had written them off completely. But not this group. Head coach Steve Kerr described this as one of his favorite wins during the Warriors' entire dynasty run, and that says a lot. This is a team that has won 4 championships, dominated the league for over a decade, and created some of the greatest moments in NBA history. Yet this game, a play-in survival battle, stands out because of the context, the injuries, the age, the adversity. Even role players stepped up in a big way. Al Horford, nearing 40 years old, knocked down 4 crucial three-pointers in the fourth quarter. Kristaps Porzingis contributed key plays to keep the team within reach before the late-game surge. It was a complete team effort fueled by belief and experience. Now the Warriors' journey isn't over yet. Their next challenge is against the Phoenix Suns in another elimination game. Win, and they secure the 8th seed in the Western Conference playoffs. Lose, and the season is over. Waiting on the other side, the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. But after a performance like this, one thing is clear. You can never count out Stephen Curry and the Warriors. This game wasn't just about advancing in the play-in tournament. It was about legacy. It was about proving that even as the dynasty ages, the heart of this team still beats strong. It was about reminding fans, critics, and the entire NBA that greatness doesn't just disappear. Draymond Green said it best after the game when he responded to critics who claimed he had lost a step. His message was simple, confident, and defiant, the kind of mentality that has defined this Warriors era. And maybe that's what made this victory so powerful. It wasn't just a win, it was a reminder of who they are, what they've accomplished, and what they're still capable of achieving. Because in the end, championships, stats, and records matter. But moments like this, these are what truly define legends.